Hi everyone, and welcome to the Australian graphics card buying guide for mid-August of 2023. I find the best graphics cards in different price categories so I can present them to you here on a regular basis. So if you're ever looking to buy a graphics card, do check back here and see what's on special and what's the best deal in your price range. My analysis is done by correlating the raster and ray tracing performance of every card with the current best available on-shelf price in Australia. So I focus only on Australian prices and only what you're actually paying on shelf, not recommended retail. I use PC Part Picker, Static Ice, eBay, and Oz Bargain to find the best prices. And not all of these are listed inside of PC Part Picker, so it's not always easy to find the best prices. And my GPU ranking is done based on the Tom's Hardware rasterization and ray tracing hierarchy, which is available on the Tom's Hardware website. Kicking off today, I want to start by showing you the current game bundles available with graphics cards, and at the moment the Starfield deal is still going with AMD cards. So if you purchase the 6700, 6650 XT, 6600 XT, or 6600, you'll get the Starfield Standard Edition. And alternatively, if you purchase the RX 6700 and up, you'll get the Starfield Premium Edition. And all of those card models or chipset models are listed here. Kicking off my price guide with the best graphics card under $300, we have the RX 6600 8GB card. This is available at the moment from ScorpTech. It's a XFX Speedster Swift 210. That's a bit of a mouthful, but there it is. It's a 6600 for $299, which is a $20 discount. And they are very well in stock at the moment. Again, this comes with the Starfield pack, so it comes. The 6600 is the entry level card you're required to purchase to qualify for Starfield. So as well as this $300 graphics card, you're also getting around $100 worth of a game as well. So that's a pretty good deal. This card also takes the crown for the ray tracing, the best ray tracing you can get in this price category, as well as the most memory you can get, which is 8GB. Next up, we have the best graphics cards below $500. And for raster performance, that is the 6700 XT, which is a 12GB card. This one is available from Centacom. It's an Asus Dual 6700 XT, $489, which is a discount from $520, and it has free shipping, which is great. Again, you'll also get Starfield with that. So after you purchase a Radeon card, remember to contact the retailer who you purchased it from to ask for your Starfield coupon voucher. Alternatively, by the way, if you want to spend a little bit more, $530, you can get the 6750 XT also from Centacom, and that'll get you actually quite a decent bit more performance, and it'll also come with Starfield as well. So if you want to spend a bit more money, I would recommend upgrading to that card if you can. As for ray tracing performance in this category, the best card you can get is the RTX 3060 Ti 8GB. This one is available from megabuy.com.au. Never bought anything from them before, but apparently they're based in Chermside here in Brisbane. $449 for this colourful 3060 Ti. I'm not saying that the card is colorful. It's literally just a white card, but that is the brand. It is called Colorful. And they've been around for a while. They're quite well known. It does say it is a refurbished card, but it does still come with 1 year warranty. So if you really want to get an RTX card in this price category, then that is the cheapest and best performing you can get under $500. Next up, we have the best graphics cards under $700, and for raster performance as well as ray tracing, that is the 3070 Ti, and this is an Inno3D available from Umart and MSY. Umart and MSY are actually the same store. It's $679, which is a saving of $170, and it is in stock at the moment. It is a triple fan 3070 Ti, but it is only 8 gigabytes, so be wary of that. At the moment, in this, particularly once you start getting into this price category, I would start to look at 12 gigabyte cards if you can. So if you want to look at a 12 gigabyte card that might perform kind of similar to a 3070 Ti, we can go over to my leaderboard here, and we're going to go across to the raster performance board. So what this shows you is all the graphics card in order of their raster performance. So the best raster performing card at the top and the worst at the bottom, and we can see their prices as well. And again, this is all the best prices in Australia at the moment. So if we find the 4070 Ti for $679, that is right here. For $679. So you can actually get a 12 gigabyte card for much cheaper, which is this, again, it's a 6750 XT, which I'd just shown you guys in the previous price category. It's 12 gigabytes for $528. However, if you don't want to go down the performance rank to get more memory and you want to go up the performance rank instead, then you would be going up one step to the 6800 16 gigabyte card. And that one is $767. So you are spending about $100 more. But if you can, trust me, it's worth it. And 16 gigabytes is really a fantastic amount of memory. It's quite future-proof. The 6800 will give you better raster performance, but it might not give as good ray tracing performance. But I think it's worth it to future-proof your card, because these 8 gigabyte cards are kind of going out of support by a lot of game developers. There's a lot of games coming out which will no longer support 8 gigabytes, particularly on high to ultra settings. So that is my recommendation, is to go either up to the 6800 or down to the 6750 XT in this price category. And rounding out the under $700 category, for the most memory you can possibly get is the Arc A770 16 gigabyte. This is it here, again from Umart. It's $551 for 16 gigabytes of memory, which is a lot of memory. It's really good. Moving on to the best graphics cards below $900. For raster, we have the RX 6800 XT. This 6800 XT is available from PC Case Gear for $849, and it's an MSI brand card, which is quite a good brand. Triple fan setup. That's going to be a really good performing card with 16 gigabytes of memory. If you prefer your ray tracing performance, however, you can get the RTX 4070, which is a 12 gigabyte card for $885, a similar amount of money. This one is available from jw.com.au, and there it is. It's a $885 4070 12 gigabyte PNY video card. The most memory you can get in that category, by the way, is the 6800 XT as well. Moving on to the best graphics cards below $1,200. The best raster card is still the 7900 XT 20 gigabyte card. Now, the problem with this card is it's remained out of stock in this low price category for a while now, although we have seen it as low as $1,100. It's currently out of stock at Umart, where this special was on. But the reason I leave this in my presentations is because it just goes to show what price these cards are going to get down to. So once you start seeing them on special for this amount, they usually start to become this amount of money as a bit of a norm not long after. So if you wait a month or 2 months, you'll probably see this card, the 7900 XT chipsets, become around $1,150 as kind of a norm. So that's my prediction. If you prefer ray tracing performance though, and you don't want to wait, then you can get the 4070 Ti, which is a bit less memory. It's 12 gigabytes compared to the 20 of the 7900 XTs, but similar price range. And this one is available from Centacom. It's a PNY model 4070 Ti for $1,184 with free shipping. Thank you, Centacom. and that is in stock at the moment. Moving on to our next category, which is below $1,500, we have best raster performance is the 7900 XTX. This is a 24 gigabyte card, which is pretty much the most amount of memory you can get on any video card at the moment. The cheapest one available is $1,469 from ScorpTech, and it is a BioStar Radeon 7900 XTX. Now, I can't emphasize enough how good a performer this card is. It is AMD's flagship card, and it competes directly with the RTX 4080 from NVIDIA. Really, really good card. However, I'm not really familiar with BioStar. So if you don't want to get BioStar, you can also get the ASUS model from MSY or UMart for $1,487. So very similar price point. It's about $20 more if you want to get the ASUS brand instead. Now, it does say that it is in stock. I'm a bit confused with the UMart and MSY websites. It says in stock at other stores, but it doesn't tell you which store. So if you can work it out, then that's where you can buy it. For ray tracing in this price category, the best card you can get is the RTX 4070 Ti. Now that is only a 12 gigabyte card. It's the one we were just looking at, but it still retains the best ray tracing performance in this price category as well as the previous category. However, it is only half the memory of the 7900 XTX. I personally would recommend the 7900 XTX. Next, for video cards under $1,700, we have the RX 7900 XTX, still retaining the best raster performance even in this price category. However, the ray tracing performance is taken on by the RTX 4080, which is a 16 gigabyte card for $1,720. And this card is available from ccpu.com.au. These guys have a website straight from 1999. I've never purchased anything from them, and I don't know anyone who has, but apparently they're based in Carlingford, New South Wales. They've got their address straight on the website, so I'm sure they're a legit store. They just save money on the website so that they can offer better prices on their cards by the looks of things. So the 4080, it's a PNY model, and it's $1,720 right there. This website also has a feature where you can tell a friend about this page. So there you go. You can send a nice little email to your friends directly from within this page. Drop your email in the comments below, and I might send you a recommendation for a ccpu.com.au webpage. You never know. Next up is the flagship category, and the only card that's been sitting there for a long time is the RTX 4090, and the best price available at the moment is $2,599 from mwave.com.au, and it is an Inno3D RTX 4090 for $2,600. There it is. Next up, we have some noteworthy mentions. So the cheapest graphics card that you can buy is the RX 6400. It is a 4 gigabyte graphics card. This is it here from jw.com.au. It's an MSI Aero RX 6400, 4 gigabyte. Not much practicality for these types of cards for modern AAA gaming. But if you are someone who is on a really, really tight budget, or just has a really, really tiny case, like a media center case in your living room or something, then maybe that's a good purchase. If you're setting up a gaming PC, honestly, I would recommend just going to the used market at this point and try to get an 8 gigabyte card for $200. Even if you're going back a few generations to the GTX 1070, something like that. But anyway, that is the cheapest new available graphics card on the market. The cheapest 8 gigabyte graphics card you can get is the RX 6600, which we reviewed already at the start of this video. And the cheapest 12 gigabyte card you can get is the RTX 3060 12 gigabyte for $410. This one again is available from ccpu.com.au. Drop me your email and I'll send you a recommendation straight from their webpage, from their 1999 webpage. Don't know if this web form even works, but I'll give it a go. There it is. It's a gigabyte model RTX 3060 for $410. So, jokes aside, good on you guys with your store in New South Wales getting some of these best prices available. That's something to be proud of. The cheapest 16 gigabyte card you can get is the Arc A770 16 gigabyte model, and that is $551. Like that also appeared in my video earlier, so you can go back if you want to see that. And the cheapest RTX card you can get, if you're really dead set on getting an RTX card and you're on a budget, the cheapest one you can get is $339. It's an RTX 3050 which is 8 gigabytes, and this is available from MSY and Newmart. $340. Again, with their website, it says out of stock for delivery, but it says in stock at other stores, air quotes. I don't know what other stores is. It'd be nice if it would just tell you which store that's talking about. But there you go. That's the cheapest one I can find online for a 3050. Now here's a couple of cards to avoid. The first one is again the RTX 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte model for a obscene $813. This card still has not come down in price and still makes no sense to purchase, so just don't do it. To put this into perspective for you, if we go over to my leaderboard and we just look in the raster performance board here, right? Because I don't think you should be using a card in this performance level for ray tracing anyway. And we find the 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte is here for $813. The 8 gigabyte model, which sits directly below it, is only $583. So they want you to pay this multiple hundreds of dollar premium for an extra 8 gigabytes of memory. But even more offensive is if you just go one more step down, there's the 6700 XT for almost half the price. And that's a 12 gigabyte card, which is a much better choice for this kind of money. And if you go up the rank, you can get to the 12 gigabyte 6750 XT, which performs even better than the 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte. And it's only $528. $300 less, and it performs better. And it's got 12 gigs of memory. How does this make any sense, Nvidia? I would love to know what your logic is. I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of these cards sitting on shelves because I don't think there's enough stupid people out there to buy them. All right. The next one to avoid is the RX 6500 XT 4 gigabyte. Now this card actually sits all the way down here. So this list is in order of performance, by the way. So best performing card at the top, lowest performing at the bottom. The 6500 XT 4G is all the way down here. Yes, it's only $239, but it's been shown that this card, despite being the 6500 XT, which is just the previous generation of AMD cards, performs worse than the 5500 from the generation before. So although it's in the same performance naming hierarchy, AMD name hierarchy, it performs worse. It just doesn't make sense to purchase this card in any way. Again, at that price category, you're better looking in the used market. So just trust me, don't buy that card. Now here's a couple of really good deals. The RTX 3060 12 gigabyte, which I just mentioned momentarily before, this is actually a really, really good deal. And I recommend picking it up if you're looking for a card for around $400. 12 gigabytes is a fantastic amount of memory. It's an RTX card. You know, it's brand new under warranty. You're going to have DLSS. You'll be able to do ray tracing in some games, not every game, but some games. And that's a really good price point for an RTX card with 12 gigs of memory, in my opinion. And then we also have the 6650 XT. It's only an 8 gigabyte card, but it's only $359. Now, I want to go over here to my leaderboard and show you where this sits in the pricing category. We're looking around here. Take a look at these cards. So you've got 5 cards to choose from if you're looking in this kind of price range of $400 to $350, right? Now, a couple of things that stand out to me. It's really good. There's a lot of options in this price range right here. If I was going to pick one of these, the things that stand out to me is, well, there's one there which is 12 gigabytes. For me, that's all I need to know. I'm going to pick the 12 gigabyte card because, like I said, 8 gigabyte cards, they're becoming obsolete. New AAA games are not going to support them for very much longer, and some games coming out now even don't run very well with 8 gig cards at all. Or if they do run, you get texture load-in issues because you just don't have enough video memory to play these games anymore. So the 12 gig card is, for me, it's a no-brainer. And it's an RTX card, so you get the benefit of DLSS as well. If you really don't have that much money, then the cheapest, well, one of the cheapest available options in this category is the 6650 XT for only $360. Although it's only 8 gigabytes, what you can see here is actually it performs better than the 6600 XT, and it performs better than the A770, but it's actually cheaper than the 6600 XT. So in that sense, it's a really good deal. Now, the 6650 XT, I think also comes with Starfield. If we have a look at the list here, the 6650 XT also comes with Starfield. So I would be picking between the 6650 XT if you want to save a bit of money and get Starfield. Otherwise, get the RTX 3060 12 gigabyte for $50 more. So lastly, real quick before I go, if I haven't given you all the information that you need, I'm just going to show you. Here is the complete price board for all the cards on the market. This one is in order of price, with the most expensive at the top, cheapest at the bottom. And I've marked the ones red which are out of stock. If I go across here, this board is based on raster performance. So it's all the same cards, but in order of raster performance at 1440p Ultra. So the best performing card in raster is at the top, and the worst performing card in raster is at the bottom. Again, you can see how much memory each of them has and what the best available price is on the market at this very moment. And then lastly, if we go across to my ray tracing board, we can see at 1080p Ultra, the best ray tracing card at the top and the worst ray tracing card at the bottom, and again, their amount of memory and their Australian retail price. Now, why do I list these ones in order of 1080p Ultra ranking? Well, most of the time when you're doing ray trace gaming, you're not going to be doing it at full 1440p or 4K resolution. You'll either be doing it at 1080p or you'll be doing it at 1440 or 4K with upscaling turned on. And upscaling actually takes a downscaled resolution image, which is probably going to be 1080p anyway, and upscales it to 1440 or 4K. So it makes more sense to purchase your ray tracing cards based on how they perform at 1080p Ultra ray tracing, and that's why I do that. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please do subscribe. It's very helpful, and like the video. I also love to hear your comments if this has been helpful for you, or if you have any more ideas on how I could make it better, or other information you'd like to see in these kinds of videos. Please let me know. I read all the comments and respond to them. And I'm only a small YouTuber. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so help me out if this video has helped you out. Thanks, and I hope to see you again next time.